Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setup for today. So look what we ended up with, a massive pin bar and oscillators grouping to the downside, not quite crossed over yet, but definitely starting to group. And if we just pick up what the level was, it's going to be this area here. So you can see we had an attempt at it before, and then we've had 2 days that we used it as support, and this is now the 3rd day that we've used it as support. That there, ladies and gentlemen, is a massive bullish signal. So be very careful of any shorts that you may have. There's still a bit of work to be done before it actually gets going, and you know it can always fizzle out. Often, not often does, but there is a low percentage that it will fizzle out. But a daily pin bar with a tail that size and a body that size on a big daily level, and it's actually more than a daily level because it's a previous monthly swing low, and it is sort of a weekly level as well. So you can see what's happened in the previous weeks. Look at those tails there, 3 weeks in a row they came to test it and got going, tried to test it there, and then we had testing it again. So for me right now, there are lots of warning bells sort of on the charts right now. So let's just get into them. The first one is we have this trend line. Obviously, I want to see that trend line break. Otherwise, all that's going to happen is we are going to stay in this channel. And remember, the DAX loves channels. Of all the indexes I trade and that I watch, you know, the DAX is probably the most true one when it comes to channels. It often, whenever it does a trend reversal, it sort of forms a channel. It looks to form a channel straight away, and then it trades that channel to the downside or to the upside. So it loves ranges, loves channels. So at the moment, we're in a channel. So obviously, we need a break and a retest for it to be valid. And remember, V reversals are rare, so I'm kind of anticipating a little move back to test some breaks. And the one break that I'm really interested in is this 1500 level. So let's get to the hour. Trend is down, ladies and gentlemen. It's clearly to the downside. So the logical trade here is to be looking for an opportunity to continue this trend down. Okay. However, when we talk on the weekly chart, the trend is clearly to the upside. So the higher time frame, the trend is to the upside. Lower time frames, even the daily, is not really, if you just minimize this, people don't shout at me, but yeah, if you get a 2-year-old to tell you what direction this is heading, he's going to tell you it's heading up. Doesn't really matter that it looks like we are rolling and we're creating a top, but that top is not validated yet. You want to see a breakdown, retest, and then a move. And the problem with this is that you've got the structure at the bottom here, which indicates the bottom of this consolidation phase. So for me, this is just a massive consolidation phase that's been going on since March. Okay, so let's just get down to the important levels, and that's the hour. And let's zoom back in so we can all see what we're doing. And yesterday was a big move down to start, and then for some reason we just started rallying. Rejected this level a bit. You would have expected another move to the downside. That didn't play out and continued. So at the moment, futures are sort of gapped to the upside. I suspect this gap is going to close. Ignore this little hanging bar here. That's I don't know why my broker does that every now and then. Some of the charts you get this weird little bar that just hangs in the middle of nowhere. You see we've got another one there, which actually is meaningless. Right, so there is a gap here, and that is at 15,169. And ultimately, I'm looking for us to clear Tuesday's high. So if we can get through 15,200, find support there, that validates a fairly big sort of double bottom for me. There's the first leg, there's the second leg of the double bottom. So I see a move up. I want to see a pullback onto that structure, and then an opportunity to buy into this. So there are big signals here for a reversal and for some direction, in actual fact, to start forming. And for those who've been watching for a while, I've been waiting for this all year. I haven't traded the DAX much at all. and I think today is probably going to be the first day that I'm going to pay very close attention to this. So yeah, if we do gap up, or we are going to gap up, let's just get there. As far as I saw the last time, we were 0.5% up, and DAX futures is 0.48% up, sitting at 15,118. So we kind of just hovering here in the middle of nowhere. So I expect a gap up. I expect us to come and close this daily gap, and then inside this zone it's going to be decision time. So 15,169 and 15,200. So inside there is going to be decision time. We're either going to reject it, come back, and ideally would be to come back and close today's daily gap, and even better, come down and test the 1500 level. Test the 1500 level, form a base on there, and then make another attempt to get out of the channel. That's kind of my ideal situation. May not happen. We may just gap up, get into this area, and then break above it. If we do break above 15,200, down on the 15-minute chart, wait for the break, see what kind of retest we can get, and then you're in on the trade. Your stop is going to be below 15,169. If price does come back down here at 1,500, you probably can use 14,900 as your stop area. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. It is it's not on just yet, but it's definitely looking like we have some potential here. We just need to see some breaks. We need to see the channel break, and then we need to see some structure breaks as well. And that's going to line us up for a 380 point move to the upside. So it takes us all the way up to this area here. That is 15,560, and then obviously you'll be looking for the ultimate top of the channel. Let me just come back to the daily here, and that's still not the top of the channel, but you'll be looking at this area, 15,800, and then you're going to be looking at 1,600, and break above 1,600, that was going to be extremely bullish. But at the moment, bottom of range, and I think it's a big range, so you're probably looking at 15,560 as a retest, as least in the next couple of days. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and we will catch up with you bright and breezy tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.